the vehicle, looked to see who's in the vehicle, and began shooting that person on that side. This why the driver wasn't hit, and he was the.
See, here's what else never made sense to me. Even with before I heard this rumor, what never made sense to me, even as a freshman in high school, was how in the hell did they open the door, air out somebody they weren't even intending to kill, and then just leave the scene, bro? And the rumor was, you know, we can't find him, so we gonna get somebody close to him, right? But like he just said, didn't they see him walk through the damn door? That it don't make sense. That never made sense to me, even back then. No, bro. What the f? Bro, what am I about to react to right now? Listen. Before I say anything involving this video, let me put out a quick disclaimer. I do not want this to be true. Growing up, I was a huge T Grizzly fan. Like, I swear to God, he was like probably top 2 rappers for me. It was either him or Youngboy. Now, let me just say, if this shit is true, I'm out like a light switch. I'm moving to Mars. I'm hopping out this server, bro. I'm done. I can't. What's the actual fuck? Now this blows my mind, because when I read the title, I was like, all right, bro, people say anything to get some damn views nowadays. But then I remember, I'm like, bro, he used to make in his lyrics, he'll say people thought we had a love life, all kind of shit. Now, let me just say, if he impregnated his own aunt, then RIP'd her, and then made songs about what he's going to do to the people who did it, bro, that's some Ted Bundy shit. Like that ain't even normal. I can't even lie to you. We ain't finna waste no time. We finna get into this right away. What I want y'all to do real quick is I want y'all to check out my Instagram. I want y'all to check out my second channel. We finna get it popping over there. I got a reaction channel. I already said that, but I got a clips channel. I got all kind of stuff, bro. Get over there and we finna get lit over there. Other than that, let's get into this video and see if this shit is true or what's going on, bro.
Accusations that T Grizzly impregnated his own aunt, and the order for her to be murdered is escalating quickly. It went from a mere conspiracy to now it's a theory that's being explored in court. This goes without saying, but I'm not accusing T Grizzly of doing anything.
Yeah, bro. In court is crazy.
And laying out why T Grizzly is currently trending and why people is accusing T Grizzly of impregnating and murdering his aunt. After you hear all the information,
bro, that made my stomach turn, bro.
With that being said, let's get started. The murder of T Grizzly's aunt / manager, Jobina Brown, has always been sketchy, has always been suspicious, never made sense at all.
The search continues this
Facts,
morning.
it hasn't, bro.
Shot and killed the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper T Grizzly. 41-year-old Jobina Brown was shot in the area of 3 Mile Drive and Mack Avenue on the city's east side Tuesday night. Now, this is an update to
I remember this. Bro, I was like a freshman at the time. I remember this like it was yesterday because I was a huge T Grizzly fan, like I said in my intro. Now, listen, if y'all don't know, what happened was like people came and they shot some shit up. Like I think it was a car or something. And supposedly it was for T Grizzly, and his aunt got hit in the crossfire and she died. Sounds believable, bro. It's not hard to believe that some YNs in Detroit will kill somebody's aunt while trying to kill them. But what's kind of sus about it is, what, 5-6 years later, there is no leads, no nothing, bro. Still, and it is 2029. Well, it was 2025, but it was 2020. Damn, it was 2019 when it happened, bro. So the fact that we still got nothing is crazy.
Tuesday morning, TMZ is reporting that Brown was in the back seat of a car when the suspect approached and started shooting, and she was rushed to the hospital where she later died. It is not clear if T Grizzly was the intended target of the attack. The rapper
most likely he would have been.
Were not injured.
This isn't a situation where hindsight is 50-50 and people is looking back like, that sounded sketchy, or I didn't spot these red flags before. No. From day one, anyone who heard this story, even
and it makes sense. I remember that.
Who was present, they've always had more questions than answered. Because T Grizzly will be pretty candid about what took place that night. He wasn't shy. He told the full story to a lot of people and a lot of platforms.
He made music songs about it.
And every time T Grizzly
music videos, my bad. I can't talk right now.
That don't make sense. especially people in the streets. Like us civilians, like we can have our opinions, but people in the streets, when they heard what happened, they're like, yeah, that's not how the streets go. Like that's like that don't make sense.
So the night everything happened, man, can you kind of go over that night with us? I know y'all was at the studio. I seen you on your Instagram, on your Insta.
Yeah, so we was at the studio with Guapo and Jay Swan or whatever. And I'm going over my cousin's house, my older cousin. Mm-hmm. He was real close with my pops, just like my pops' brother. Mm-hmm. And I always try to, you know what I'm saying, show him some love because that's another wound we really ain't healed from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there and I was telling her, like, come in the house. And she like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm begging her to come in the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain areas.
Hey, look, again, never will I make an accusation about something, but that does not sound right that he's just like saying, oh, I begged her to come in the house, like as if he knew something was going to happen. But I'm not accusing him of nothing. Now, in somebody's psychotic mind, I think if he did impregnate her, the justification would have been that she's not his blood aunt. You still a sick motherfucker. All right, let's just get that straight. You still sick to the bone, but I don't care, bro. If somebody raised you like that, and you looked at them like that your whole life to impregnate them, dude, that's you know what, bro. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but you know, that's some family shit as far as I'm concerned, bro. So nah, we ain't justifying that. That's still sick.
You just gotta move right.
I'm just saying,
right.
I think that would be the justification for it.
Anywhere I want to.
Right.
But I gotta move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm moving right, can't nothing happen to me. So I'm telling her to come in the house. She like, no. Because JB was kind of like funny acting about dirty houses and stuff like that. The house wasn't even dirty, but to her, she just a clean, real clean person.
That's believable.
Like,
that's valid. I believe it.
Sit on their furniture and all that stuff in there.
This one is not too much of a red flag for me, but a lot of people thought, come on, bro.
Only the first part of that.
Wait in the car.
Only the first.
At night in Detroit instead of going to the house. And like, this is your family house too? This don't really sound too right. But yo, I never lived in Detroit. I never lived in Chicago. I never lived in places that could be the murder capital. So I don't know. All right. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is a routine thing to wait in the car at night in those areas while people go to the car. Maybe not everybody is as scared.
Hell no. But everybody's different.
I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. So I'm knocking on the door. My people's taking so long to come to the door. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they finally come to the door. As soon as I see her, as soon as I see my auntie, she about to open the door. I hear a whole bunch of shots going off. You know what I'm saying? Behind me, I hear a whole bunch of shots going off. So I get down because I'm thinking they about to come to the side and start, you know what I'm saying, shooting at me, and I ain't got nothing on me at the time. My cousin ran out with a gun. I'm like, perfect. So we ran out on the street. When we ran out, my driver was gone with no cars out there. I'm like,
She was in the. So what was the vehicle? She was in the car. Like
she was in the car. She was in the car.
Okay.
She was in the car on the street. So my cousin ran out with the gun or whatever, and we ran out in the front to see what's going on and to if somebody up on us, we gonna get them off us.
The court trial for his aunt murder actually started today, but we will get to who the defendant is, who's being charged with the murder.
We got suspects? All right.
That looks horrible for T. Grizzly.
I didn't even know we had that.
At trial today, a YouTuber, The Family, he actually watched the trial, right? He actually watched it through, I think.
I was going to react to his version of this. Damn, I should have then.
And when he watched the trial, T. Grizzly.
Damn, I was going to react to that.
She testified. And she actually testified that the story they told the police, well, T. Grizzly told the police he didn't see who did it. He didn't snitch, but he did say, listen, when the shots ran off, shocked, ran to the window to see what's going on. We ain't know what was going on. We were shocked. The aunt actually said, like, cut the malarkey. No, I didn't see T. Grizzly run to no window appearing shocked.
Question was asked by the state. Does she remember the aunt mentioning that when T. Grizzly...
And here's what's scary about this, like in a lot of scenarios like this, why would she lie? What does she get about lying on him? It's his aunt, first of all, so it's like, she don't really win on just pinning some shit on him like this. Now, what I want to know is why the hell are we saying she was pregnant by him? Where did pregnant come into play? Because I gotta see how we got accusations of that. That is some crazy work.
Heard the shots inside the home. He ran to the window to see what was going on. The aunt responded, no, she didn't say that.
So once we got outside,
Like, what's he lying for if he is, bro? That's crazy.
There's no cars out here.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you this. So, was you had to enter to the back door or something?
Yeah, I was.
Side door. Okay, I get you. Okay.
But basically, I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
So we in the front, I look in the street. I don't see no glass in the street. So I'm like, oh, they straight. You know what I'm saying? That's probably some, I didn't even think this had nothing to do with us.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, see, that's a choppy story, bro. You hearing shots and then you kind of like sound like you cool, you chill. Listen, I've been shot. I say this all the time on my channel. I have been shot before. I've been hospitalized from bullets. And whether you're the one getting shot at or you're 5 minutes down the street, when you hear guns, bro, everybody in a 3-mile radius freaks the fuck out. I don't care where you're from or where you've been. You are not that accustomed to gunshots. I know you are not. This is kind of what makes this story sound weird. And I could kind of see where people are getting these conspiracy theories. But it still don't add up because we haven't gotten to the part where we know that she was pregnant and by him. Until I hear that, I'm not going for it, bro. Until you give me that part.
My cousin still came out there with a gun, though. So I was cool with going out there. I'm like, I ain't see no glass in the street. I'm thinking they heard some shots and pulled off. Okay. So now I'm mad now. Like, y'all heard them shots, why would y'all leave me over here?
Right.
You feel me?
Valid.
Called me.
I would have been like that too.
Like, it's too much going on over here. Come on, we gone.
It's like half valid, half weird.
And told me what happened. So basically what happened, they walked up to my door and opened my door. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas opened my door trying to get at me. Ended up hitting her up. But like niggas was coming for me because they opened my door and was shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a suspect.
Which valid. That's valid, so bro.
It's at this particular point the story breaks down for me and it stops making sense. So if they were trailing them close enough to where they were able to get to the crib or get to the vehicle while T Grizzly was still at the door, then wouldn't they just be able to see where T Grizzly went and follow him?
Yeah, facts,
let's
bro.
just say T Grizzly was at the door long enough to where they were able to catch up to the vehicle. Cool. They was obviously looking for someone. T Grizzly is saying they were looking for me. It was a situation where they were going into this looking to kill everybody in the vehicle. They was looking for someone. And that's why they went to the vehicle, opened up the vehicle, looked to see who's in the vehicle, and began shooting that person on that side. That's why the driver wasn't hit and he was the...
See, here's what else never made sense to me. Even before I heard this rumor, what never made sense to me, even as a freshman in high school, was how in the hell did they open the door, air out somebody they weren't even intending to kill, and then just leave the scene, bro? Like, I guess the rumor was, we can't find him, so we gonna get somebody close to him, right? But like he just said, didn't they see him walk through the damn door? That it don't make sense. That never made sense to me, even back then.
Only other person in the vehicle. But that's why he wasn't hit. All the bullets went to the person on the side of the vehicle they open up. But in that case, if they open up the car door, wouldn't they be able to see, oh, it's not T Grizzly, and close it back up? Because they obviously wasn't concerned with killing just anybody, because the driver was never hit and he was never killed and he was a witness. And they let the witness live. So if that's the case, wouldn't they just have just moved on, or just bro,
and
leave the auntie be?
That don't make sense.
Auntie wasn't a target. To me, that shows the auntie was the target the whole time. If they opened up that car vehicle, seen her, and still shot and killed her, she was the target, and I don't think T Grizzly was the target.
Honestly,
who would want to kill
her dead?
Or T Grizzly? The best guess here is T Grizzly's ops. T Grizzly ops, people who hate T Grizzly, people who T Grizzly have been beefing with for a while now. So that's why the next development in this story doesn't make sense and is awfully suspicious.
Bro, it's looking bad right now. Please tell me, say it ain't so, because if it is, let me go remove every T Grizzly song off my playlist, because every time I hear a song from T Grizzly, all I'm gonna think is, bro, you slept with your own aunts, and then got her dead. Bro, my stomach is in my ass right now. I can't make this up. Ugh. Y'all be some freak-a-leaks, bro.
T Grizzly is really close friends with Booka 600. Booka 600 is a Chicago drill rapper. They're so close that Booka was a groomsman in T Grizzly's wedding. And the wedding took place last year. The aunt's murder took place 5 years ago. Now, Booka 600 has an associate from Chicago called Wu Thing. Now, Wu Thing is from the same squad, the same
as Lil Durk,
as Booka 600. They're very close associates. Now, Wu Thing was ultimately arrested and charged with the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. Even after he was arrested, the police made it perfectly clear they don't believe he was acting alone. They don't believe he committed this murder alone. They
I didn't know that.
He's the only accomplice. And their actions after they arrested him made it perfectly clear. But how was he arrested? How was he caught? He was caught because, quite frankly, Wu Thing is the dumbest.
Whoa. Where I been at this whole time? I did not know that. What the Ooh. So what? I didn't know that this whole time. Bro, they could tie that back and be like, T Grizzly had something to do with it and he helped. Like, that is some crazy-ish right there. Yeah, man, I'm out.
Criminal you will ever hear about. This man was still in the murder getaway vehicle that was stolen, by the way, and he still had the murder weapon on him. Again, stupidity is an understatement here, people.
State and the feds. October 19, 2019, just 2 months after JB lost her life, Wu Thing was arrested in Chicago, Illinois. It was around 12:06 p.m. when officers from Chicago Police Department were on a routine patrol when they responded to another officer report of a male and one female sitting inside of a stolen vehicle parked in the alley behind 5920 South Calumet Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. The reporting officer had confirmed that the vehicle was stolen by checking the vehicle license plate in the law enforcement computer database. When responding to CPD, officers pulled into the alley. They observed the male subsequently identified as Wu Thing, aka Jermaine Whedon, and a female standing near the stolen vehicle, a blue Nissan Versa with New York license plate. Now keep that vehicle in mind. As the responding officers exited the patrol car and approached Wu Thing, he fled from officers on foot. After a brief foot chase, the officers apprehended Wu Thing and placed him in handcuffs.
Yeah, that sounds about Chicago.
Physically resisted the officers when placed against the police car. A Glock 23 40 cal semi-automatic handgun, bearing serial number PAZ-363, fell out of Wu Thing's left pants leg. The handgun was loaded with 12 rounds of ammunition.
Oh my
with
God.
a head stamp marking SIG 40 S&W.
Don't tell
During
me.
the subsequent search of the stolen blue Nissan, CPD officers recovered an extended magazine from the passenger side door. Now fam, would you believe this man had the same firearm and same stolen vehicle during the night that JB lost her life?
Y'all are so stupid. I can't even comprehend that type of stupidity. Ain't that wild? I can't comprehend your stupidity. How would you kill somebody? I don't care if it's been 5-10 years and you still keep that shit this many years later? This whole time you kept that? All the shit that was involved in the murder, you kept it. Oh, wow. Yeah, you deserve to go to jail. You are the stupidest. And isn't it crazy that the police can find it after all these years and find out which murder it was attached to? Y'all think crime and killing is still worth it in 2025? You're going to jail, bro.
Well, it's true. When it came to the rental, the car was a Hertz rental car that had been set to be returned to Hertz on August 24, 2019. Hertz filed a stolen police report in September of 2019. The following year, February of 2020, DPD received notification from the MSP lab where they test the firearms, the ballistics. They confirmed that that firearm that Wu Thing was caught with in Chicago was the same firearm used to take the life of JB. May she rest in peace.
I have a deep dive coming up on this very shortly where I'm doing a deep dive on the case, how they called Jermaine, why they called Jermaine, what other proof they got for Jermaine, and the entire.
Oh yeah, we on that. We watching that next, bro.
Other suspects, etc., etc. In this video, I'm just speed running the accusations against T Grizzly. Now, I don't care what y'all say. I'm not indicting T Grizzly. I'm just telling you guys exactly
honestly,
why T Grizzly is currently trended.
But get to the pregnant part. We need that
after I lay out what's going on. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm simply laying out the facts of what's going on. But what I would say, bruh, is this. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what explanation you guys got. If an associate of Booka 600, who is also my close friend, if this Wu Thing dude is my close associate, he's from Chicago. I'm from Detroit. What beef do he got with my aunt? Or what beef do he got with me?
Yeah, right.
I don't care what y'all say. I think it's weird to still be hanging out with associates of the dude who killed your aunt.
Now, look, we passed the point where we know this whole thing is weird. It's always been weird. But now what we want to know is how the hell did her being pregnant come into play? Because if you can prove that to me, you got me, bro. I believe it. God, I don't want to believe it either. That makes my stomach hurt.
The whole thing of Booka 600 is inseparable. They're from the same clique. He killed your aunt while he was looking for you, apparently, but you still hang out. He's still the groomsman to your wedding. He's still your best friend.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
No.
I don't think it makes sense. As a matter of fact, I think it's flawed. I think it's disloyal. And if T Grizzly is not involved, he's an idiot. Why would you hang out with the same clique who's responsible for the murder of your aunt? And you claim they were looking to murder you, but yet you're still friends with Booka, who's an OG from that clique. It doesn't make sense to me at all. I think it's flawed here, people. Now, let's move on. So, but what's the motivation? Why would Wu Thing want to murder?
I think this is the big fish we're looking for.
Why?
Come on, let's see what it is.
Why would T Grizzly want to murder his aunt?
I think it's right here, bro.
Well, in court today, you know, a close source to the family was actually in court. And the state actually threw out that they believe that T Grizzly impregnated the aunt. The aunt was pregnant at the time for T Grizzly's baby.
In court.
To the family.
And many more. But I was able to catch it today, although the audio wasn't allowed for screen recording while looking. You can only screen record if the audio picks up from another device. And I didn't know that today. But I took some key notes. And the house that T Grizzly allegedly stopped at the day JB lost her life to go inside. Remember we said that was his aunt's house? Another aunt? Well, she took the stand today. And to sum up 8 hours for you guys in 60 seconds, I say this. That rumor that's floating around that T Grizzly got his alleged aunt pregnant, the state believes that. Not the family TV, not Reddit, the state.
Come to find out, T Grizzly and his aunt's like,
oh, bro, that's not just a rumor. Listen. They said the state, the court themselves believe this. That's not for no reason, bro. They didn't just come up with that shit. The people in his camp are saying it. Oh, my God. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We might have to do some critical thinking here. Why the hell would his own friend do it? Why is he still at the bride? Why is he still at his wedding? Why is he still cool with them? And why the hell would they want to go for his aunt of all people? Yeah, I don't know, man. This is fishy if nothing else, man. Let's get back to it.
Manager isn't blood related. So if T Grizzly is impregnating her, it feels like the situation got messy. But what's the official theory? What's the official conspiracy? You heard a lot of bits and pieces. Well, here is the full theory laid out and exactly why people believe that T Grizzly,
we're getting a deeper look. All right,
his friend Wu Thing, who was close with his best friend Booka 600, and they conspired this plan to murder the aunt. Here's the theory people believe explains why T Grizzly did this.
This is why T Grizzly backdoored his auntie. When T Grizzly first came home, he dropped his hit song, First Day Out. But due to debts T owed to the government, he made his uncle wife. JB, which some will say is his auntie his manager, and made her make an fake label, and signed himself to the fake label, So All His music would be under JB name. But by the time T Grizzly got rich and paid off all his debts, he was ready to put all his music back in his name. But JB was refusing to sign the papers to give T his music back. So
That's
T would
crazy
pay
right there.
600 Booka to have someone from his side to kill JB. So on August 20th,
Where's the pregnant
2019,
part though?
T and JB would both link up, and when T would get out and walk in the house, 600, Wu-Tang would pull up and shoot JB 8 times as T was walking in the house.
I feel like I'm at least obligated to say it doesn't make sense the entire way that he did it as well. Because how do these people know like what was in T Grizzly's contract? Right? Like how do they know?
Yeah,
like,
there
all
you
his
go.
music
And where's
was
the
in
pregnant part?
This lady's name. Like T Grizzly signed a record deal. So wouldn't the music be in the label's name and not
Yeah, I agree.
her name? And then also too, like the motive isn't really there. Like outside of maybe the state believing that T Grizzly impregnated the aunt. But if that's the case, then I don't know. Maybe that's the motive. But the motive that the music was in her name, so he took her out, I don't know. T Grizzly seemed pretty grateful for this woman, apparently.
Yeah, honestly, I don't believe that I don't believe that. But if the pregnant thing is there and the state believes that and people from his camp are saying that is weird. That shit is weird, bro. Check that out. All right. Go look into that because that's weird. But get the fuck out of here with that music shit. That sounds stupid. Whoever came up with that is a dumbass, and you need to reconsider your existence on this earth, bro.
She was the only one who believed in T Grizzly when he first got out of jail, and she's the one who put money up behind him and took a chance on him. So for him to like turn around and do this to her, it seems pretty unbelievable.
First came home, I had asked a lot of people in my family for a chance because this is what I was really trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, can y'all help buy me a beat? I really want to rap, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them just wasn't taking me serious. Like, you better go get a job. What you trying to rap for?
Right.
Yeah.
And she believed in you.
She believed in me. She was the only one.
Yeah, so I don't believe
She paid
that.
for the video, bought the outfit I had.
She paid for the video, bought the outfit, and he said this long before she died too. So there's no way in hell she tried to hog his music and just did a complete 180. That don't even make sense. I want to meet whoever stupid ass came up with that one.
On the video, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
What we playing
I've
right
been
here?
rocking ever since.
What we playing right here?
Call of Duty.
On the
New
killing
Call of Duty,
spree.
Modern Warfare. Definitely on the
Look, I don't see this going to anything else. So y'all saw the evidence. Y'all saw what is being rumored, and you saw the conspiracy as a whole. Yeah, I gotta say this, man. I'm not gonna sit here and convict them because obviously this is ongoing, and I don't want to be aiding in an innocent man, getting his reputation torched if I'm wrong. So I ain't even gonna say whether it was wrong or right. But what I 100,000% will say is it don't look right. Something about it just looks so off that it made my stomach hurt. That's all I noticed throughout the video. My stomach was just up my ass. Let me know what you think though. Put the verdict down in the comments. And then other than that, we go catch you on the next video, and peace, bro.